Hey everybody, welcome to Fab Daddy Garage TV. I am your host, Fab Daddy. If this is your first time with us, welcome. I hope you stick around. I encourage you to go back and look at some other videos to show you what I'm working on. Those of you that this is not your first visit, welcome back. Here, as you can see here, I'm under Buford. Buford is my 84 Chevy Silverado that I'm in the middle of installing an 8.1 liter. Good grief, the neighborhood dogs are going crazy. Anyway, I'm putting an 8.1 liter big block with an Allison 5-speed transmission. See, there they are. But I wanted to show you on this video how I ran my fuel line, what to do with when you run a fuel line, and what not to do when you run a fuel line. I did the not, but it's just temporary. So anyway, as you can see behind me here, we got the frame rail. I'm flipping around here real slow, so hopefully I don't make anybody sick. In an earlier video, I showed you well, there's the blazer tank, there's my fuel filter and regulator right there, and this line coming out right here is the fuel line to the front. Now to connect that, or to connect to that, I have a fitting like this that just pushes into that output fitting on the filter, and then the AN line that I made screws onto that. And then I just ran it along the frame rail, ran along my new cross member. So you can see there were some of these plastic hooks here that I just ran it in for now. Again, this is temporary. And I ran it all, ouch, gosh darn, that hurt. Ran it all along the frame rail here, all the way up, and then you can see right there, which I can't really zoom in, it runs up the firewall towards the fuel rail. Now, the reason I said I did it the way you should not do it is because this black line is a fuel line, right? This line right here is the electrical running to the back of the truck, like for the tail lights, mostly tail lights, parking lights, that kind of stuff. I'm going to flip around here so I can see you while I'm talking to you. And we got a neighbor going by in a loud mower. Anyway, you don't want to do that because what happens if you get a dead short in that electrical wiring? That's right, it's going to short out, get hot, catch on fire, and you definitely don't want that running alongside your fuel rail. Originally, the fuel rail, or the fuel line was on the passenger side, but since I have everything coming out the driver's side here on my build, I'm running it down this frame rail, and I may actually end up running the electrical down that frame rail. Or what I think I'm going to do is, like I said, these clips are just plastic, and they have a little tab that goes through the frame and sticks out. What I'm probably going to do is take all these loose, come down here towards the bottom of the frame, drill a new hole, put those tabs in, and then get some nice new clamps to hold the fuel line up here along the top, up out of the way. So this is what it looks like under the truck. If you give me a minute, I will go up under the hood and show you how it connects to the frame, or to the frame rail. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. Hooks to the fuel rail. So stick with me. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, here we are back up in the engine compartment, and here's the other end of the fuel line. As you see, here's the end of the line itself, and I have this nice 45-degree curved fuel line or fitting on there to get it to not go directly smack into the firewall here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this wire up to stay up out of the way. It's not being cooperative. Anyway, so you may be asking yourself, Fab Daddy, that doesn't just go on there. How does that work? Well, you use this really cool two-piece fitting. See, this comes apart, and then this piece, so you can see down in there, those red things, that's O-rings that fits over top of this line, and then this piece tightens up against there. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to lube up this O-rings. If you're going to lube them up, you always want to use some silicone spray or something. You don't want to use anything petroleum-based, because the petroleum-based products will eventually damage those O-rings. So here I got it lubed up, got a little silicone on there, and it just slides on like that. Get this out of the way. Slide that fitting on, And this fitting, let's see here, screws into the back side of it. You're going to see me break the cardinal rule of using AN fittings here. I'm going to use steel wrenches. Everybody out there that's done AN fittings before is like, oh no, you're supposed to use aluminum. It's aluminum fitting. You're supposed to use aluminum wrench. Yes, technically it is recommended, but it's mostly just so you don't scratch the fitting. So there, as you can see, gosh darn that wire. You know what that wire's for. And we're back. Sorry about that. My battery died on my camera. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, technically you should use aluminum wrenches on your AN fittings so you don't mar up the fittings themselves. But anyway, as you can see, you got this two-piece fitting on here. It's nice and snug. It's not going to come out. And you just take your fitting on the end of your AN line here. Put that on there. What size do we need? Looks like we need these two. Nope, wrong one. And we'll find that later. 6 months from now. Set it there. It's kind of hard to do with the camera, though. And we snug that up. And voila. Now we have the fuel line from the fuel pump to the fuel rail then. And the fuel. So there you have it, everybody. The fuel system, the pressure side of the fuel system is now done from the fuel tank all the way to the fuel rail. I'm hoping the injectors here, I'm moving the sheet. Hopefully the injectors are okay. Haven't really tested them. We'll find out when we go to try to start it. The only part of the fuel system I have left is the fuel filler neck in behind either the tail light or through the stake pocket. I haven't decided which. Probably going to go through behind the tail light. That's all going to be custom made. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate you watching. I hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope you hit the like button. If you do subscribe, please go ahead and hit the little bell icon so that you know when I post a new video. I want to apologize. I haven't posted many videos lately. I kind of had some technical difficulty. The technical difficulty being I have difficulty with technology. I had a bunch of videos stored on the SD card, and unfortunately, I kind of deleted them before I got them downloaded onto the camera or onto the computer. So anyway, glad you stuck with us. Hopefully see you next time. Bye, guys. See ya.